Hi guys, we are back again with one of my favorite recipe, which is kacha murkai biryani. And today we will be doing right from the scratch. We will show you all the procedure that goes into it. Yes, it is little bit complicated and little bit lengthy recipe. That's why we are not able to do the live session for this one. But definitely I will cover everything. If you got any question, anything that you think you want to ask, you can always SMS me and ask me. Okay, we will start with marination. With the marination, the first step of the kacha gosht ki biryani. So kacha means it's raw. So we have taken boneless, or if you want, you can take it with bone as well. I have taken the boneless goat. So we will start marinating this one. So how do we marinate it? We will use some salt, some generous amount of salt, chili powder. So that's, again, the chili powder is according to your taste. I want it a little bit spicy, so I'm putting a little bit more. Some paprika. This is, again, paprika is used for color. It will give nice red color to your biryani. Some coriander that goes into it. Some freshly chopped mint, and we have got some turmeric. Little bit of turmeric. We have got some green chilies, slit green chilies. You can use, if you want to make it spicy, you can use green chili or green chili paste. Now I am adding 2 teaspoons of ginger. Now 4 teaspoons of garlic. On the same time, I'm also adding some lemon juice. Okay, and now lemon juice, I think I will keep it here. So fresh lemon juice goes into it, half lemon. Quantities I have given you in the recipe. Okay, now everything is in there, but all we have to add now is the biryani masala. Now, what is the biryani masala? This is the key ingredient for the biryani. This is very important. So now you have got option to make it in your home as well, because this one is freshly made. I made it myself. That's what we make in the restaurant. So this is the ingredients that we will go through with it. So if you can see what we have used in this biryani masala, we have used shahi jeera, which is caraway seeds. We have used cinnamon stick, cloves, star seed, nutmeg. This is javitri, which is mace. So we combine these together and made this biryani masala out of it. If you find it difficult, you can buy it in the grocery store. That's very easy to buy, or you can buy it from Angan. Now I will add some yogurt to it. Half cup of yogurt. Now what we will do, we will marinate everything together. We also have to add some kind of oil or fat to it. So I would prefer to add ghee and little bit of oil. Now our marination is almost ready. The last but not least, very important part of this is this fried onions. So I've fried this onion and made it crispy like this. See, you can hear the crunch. So that's how it should be. So now our biryani marination is ready. Okay, now we'll form a single layer, like an even layer of this biryani in this pan. It has to be very even when we start making it. Okay, now the first step is completed. The marination has been completed. Normally we keep this marinated. It's better if you want to make a good biryani, at least keep it marinated for 3 hours. Okay, so what I'm doing, I'm making it straight away because I don't have time for that marination part of it. Okay, so what I'll do, I will start making it and I'll show you the second step. What is the second step? The second step is, I kept my water here. The second step is making that flavored water. This is a flavored stock. How we make it? We make it with some whole spices that goes into it. Like we have got green cardamom, javitri, that's a mace, some cinnamon stick, some cloves, some star seeds, everything in here, and adequate amount of salt. We are also adding some ghee to this, and we are also adding some mint to it. I've also added one lemon to this. Now some green chilies. Now once it starts boiling, it's boiling rapidly. So this is the time we have to remove all these spices. We have to remove all the spices before adding our rice to it. So what I'll do, I will remove these spices. So this way it will not come in our mouth, it will not come in the way, so it's better to remove these whole spices. You can leave these chilies and all, but remove these whole spices as much as you can. So I'm leaving some chilies there, not removing them completely. Now it's time to add our water. So this is basmati rice. Now this is a very tricky part of it, because what kind of rice you are using, that will depend, this is actually very important, which kind of rice you are using. I am using a basmati, a very good quality of basmati rice here. So the final product is depending upon the quality of rice. So I would recommend you to use the highest possible quality of basmati rice. I am using here India Gate basmati rice. If you want to use another basmati rice, please use the premium quality of rice. Okay, this is the step now. Now the second step will be, I would say third step now, I think. This is the layering part of it. Now we will what we will do, we will wait for this for first boil. Now this is the tricky part, because what I'm telling you is tricky is because this is raw, a completely raw meat, which has to be cooked along with rice. So the layering part is very important. The first layer of rice is about only 20% cooked, means like 80% raw. So when we find it is only 20% cooked, when that rice first start dancing in it, then it means it is little bit cooked but almost 80% raw. We will wait for the first dancing of rice. As you can see, we cannot see any rice coming up the surface. We will wait till the time the rice start coming on the surface. Also at this point, when it is boiling, we can add, this is kevra water. Little bit of rose essence. Now what it does, it actually improves the aroma of the dish. So when you are making these dishes, especially the Mughlai dishes, is a part of Mughlai dishes. So the main thing is the aroma, the smell of the dish. So once you start making it, your kitchen will be filled with all these smells. We have got saffron as well that we will use in couple of minutes. Now you can see the first dancing of rice has already been started. The rice is coming on top, going down. So it is the first dancing of rice is already. See, now you can see it is moving. Now the movement of rice, see the rice is agitating now. That means it is coming on top. Now when it is start, no, we don't want to wait till it's rapid boiling. We will take out at this stage. This is the first stage of it. Means like the lowermost layer of it. This is almost raw. Now again, this has to be layered evenly. You cannot leave it uneven. Now to layer it, use your kitchen cloth and layer it. And layer it evenly. Even layering is very important. Or use a spatula to do this. That's it. Now we will wait for 5 minutes more for the rice to come out. Now we have to wait for 5 minutes. We have to give 5 minutes. Technically, biryani making is not that difficult, but the problem is when we make kacha gosht ka biryani, sometimes your meat can be raw, sometimes the bottom of the bottom layer might have got more liquid to it. The liquid and the rice ratio, that's the problem that you might face initially. Biryani doesn't come very easily, means like you have to do at least 3-4 trials to make it perfectly in your kitchen. Don't get disheartened if it is not done in first attempt. Try to do 2-3 attempts, 4 attempts. It took me at least 80 to 90 attempts in the commercial kitchen after getting so many scoldings from my chefs. Even today, if I'm making biryani, I'll get scared because it's not that easy. Where we can, because once the biryani is packed, we cannot do anything. So the ratio has to be very perfect. It's like a baking kind of thing. Where the bakery, once you have put your your cake mixture inside, you cannot change anything. Same here. Once the dum is, we seal the container, we cannot change anything. So the liquid ratio towards the your rice, and then the liquid coming out from the meat, that also has to be considered, because while cooking, this meat will leave some moisture. So that moisture will be added to your rice, and that's why we kept our lower portion of rice very, very dry. Means like only 80%, only 20% cooked, 80% dry. So what it will do, technically, this moisture will be taken by this lower portion of rice, lower layer of rice. So they will be cooked, but they will be cooked in the spices and the liquid of the meat. So that's why the lower layer will be more flavorful. The upper layer has got more aroma to it. So when we build this biryani in a plate and we do the plating, we will mix it half. If someone wants to have spicy, we will add more of this masala rice. We'll add less of the top layer. If someone wants to have mild, we'll add less of this and top layer most. That's how we do it in the restaurants. If in between, if you find anything difficult, if you want to know how do we make our fried onions and all, you can always write to me, or you can write an SMS. You can email it to us, like to ask which part of this biryani making you find it difficult, because I'm sure when you're gonna make in your kitchen, you will find little bit of difficulties while making it in different step. Let me know if there is any difficulty. I will definitely help you and resolve your issues. Now I am checking this rice. At least 1 minute more. I want it to be here in this boiling water. Now it's time. I think we have passed that 5 minutes mark. I'll still check it. Let's see. Grains are coming, little bit bigger. Like if you can see, the grains are getting bigger now. See, the more we cook, the bigger the grain will become. Okay, now we will take it out. Because this is a small vessel, normally when we make commercially in big pots, we have to make at least 3 to 4 layers. But because this is a very small pot, I would think only two layers will be enough. So we will take it out and drain our liquid. Done. Now all rice are inside. Again, we will do the same step. We have got clean kitchen cloth. We will just spread it evenly. Okay. Normally, at this step, we have got the fourth step now to seal the biryani. How do we seal the biryani? Now this is the fourth step. This is also very important because there we will be building our aromas and everything. I am just keeping my ghee to melt. Little ghee to melt now. In the meantime, I'll add some fried onion on top. Okay, some more mint. Now this is saffron infused milk that we are using here. This will add a real good aroma. That's why this dish is considered as a royal dish. It has got all kind of aromas, spices. And definitely it deserves some respect as well. So We will treat it with highest possible respect. And now we will be pouring some good quality of ghee. So the ingredient that we are using in this recipe, this again has to be of top quality. You cannot make good biryani out of inferior goods. So if you want to use ghee, use the good quality of ghee. That's it. Now it's time to put it on dum. Now what is dum? Basically, dum is a technique of cooking. Like frying is a technique of cooking, same way dum is also a technique of cooking. Basically, dum is the sealing of all the flavors inside the pot. What we are doing is we par cooked our rice. Par cooked our rice, our meat is raw. Now everything will be cooked in this sealed pot. So the flavors are trapped. It is different from the pressure cooker. Don't mix it with pressure cooker. Pressure cooking is different than the dum cooking. Dum cooking is actually done in a slow process, where the pressure cooking is building of pressure and cooking with steam. Here we are cooking not with steam, but we are trapping little bit of steam and trapping all the flavor inside. On the same time, it is a slow process. So once we will observe some steam start coming out, we will start see some steam coming out. What we will do is we will keep this one on a lower flame. At this moment of time, it is on high flame. As you can see, it is on high flame. Now once that steam will come out of it, we will put it on lower flame. When we put it on lower flame, I'll put it tawa like a flat griddle, and then I put it on top of it. I will leave it for 45 minutes. Okay, so after 45 minutes, the biryani will be ready. Now to show you all how does it look like once it is 45 minutes. I've got one lot which is already ready. It is here. Same way, so it's past 45 minutes. As you can see, all this topmost rice which has got saffron and everything, that yellow color is coming from saffron. You can see all these rice are, individual strands. They are not like a meshy or this kind of thing. Now you can see the bottom layer. See, the bottom layer has got masala rice. This is the spices which I was talking about. Okay, so this is the spices. Now this is the meat. Okay, so this is all cooked like this. As you can see, I can open it for you more so that you can see. Okay, now we will plate up. We'll put a little bit of meat. Some juicy pieces of meat. The aroma which is more important. I think one can fill stomach by just by smelling it. It's all this, we had kevra water, we had some rose water. Now it's time to plating up. Basically it is served with the mirchi ka salan, but we have got some onions here, some eggs, boiled egg, and basically it is served with raita and everything, but it's up to you. How do you want to have? I like it like this, so I will enjoy it like this. It's the flavor that's coming in your mouth and the aroma. That's very good. Hope you guys like it and you will make in your kitchen, and do tell me how it comes out. Thank you.